If I told you you could buy an Apple iPad for around £11 or just under 15 US dollars, you'd probably think I was joking. Surely, it has a crack in the screen, maybe it doesn't switch on, or perhaps it's simply too old to be useful anymore. Well, believe it or not, I bought my original iPad, the first generation, from eBay for just £11, which is just under $15. Now, if you're looking to buy one yourself, I definitely recommend trying to find one with a recently replaced battery if possible, or finding one cheap enough to be able to change the battery yourself. These iPads are now over 16 years old, so battery health can vary massively. Spending a little bit extra for one with a fresh battery is definitely worth it. The battery on this one here was changed and the battery life is fantastic. But even if you spend £20 or £30 instead of 11, you're still getting a beautifully built Apple tablet for very little money. Now, before everyone rushes off to eBay, there's one important thing I need to say. If you buy one completely stock, honestly, it's pretty useless. The App Store doesn't work, most apps won't install, the YouTube app doesn't work anymore, many websites won't load. If you bought one and expected it to behave like a modern iPad, you'd probably be disappointed. But once you jailbreak it, everything changes. And that's exactly why I think this is still one of the best value Apple devices you can buy today. I've always enjoyed older technology, not because it's the fastest, not because it's the newest, but because I love seeing how much life can still be squeezed out of hardware that most people have completely written off. The original iPad wasn't just Apple's first tablet. It completely changed the industry. So when I saw one on eBay for just £11, I couldn't leave it there. I didn't buy it to sit on a shelf as a collector's item. I bought it because I wanted to answer one simple question. Can you still actually use an original iPad in 2026? Now, let's be honest. Without jailbreaking, I wouldn't recommend buying one. Unless you wanted a collector's item. Apple stopped supporting this iPad years ago, and unfortunately, it shows. Out of the box, it's incredibly limited. But once you jailbreak it, you suddenly realise just how much potential is still hiding inside this little tablet. Instead of accepting that everything is broken, the incredible jailbreak community has spent years developing fixes that restore functionality Apple left behind. And that's where the value really starts to shine. One of the first things I wanted to fix was the App Store. Because let's face it, an iPad without apps isn't much use. Thankfully, there are tweaks and community developed fixes that restore much of the App Store's functionality and make it much easier to download compatible apps once again. It's never going to behave exactly like a modern iPad, but compared to where it started, the difference is night and day. One of the biggest reasons people discover my channel is because they're trying to get YouTube working again. And I completely understand why. YouTube is probably the app most people miss on these older devices. Thankfully, thanks to projects like Tube Replacer and Tube Repair, it's possible to restore the YouTube app and once again enjoy watching videos on hardware that Google officially abandoned years ago. Every time I see YouTube running on this 16-year-old iPad, it makes me smile. Gaming is another area where this iPad still shines. In one of my previous videos, I managed to get Minecraft Pocket Edition running again on the original iPad, along with plenty of other classic games. There's something really satisfying about playing games that were originally designed for this hardware. They run well, they feel right, and it's a brilliant reminder of just how good mobile gaming used to be. One of the reasons this is possible is because the jailbreak community has created alternative app stores and repos that focus on preserving compatible software for older versions of iOS. These alternative app stores have a whole host of IPA files which download directly from the iPad and download the old applications directly to your home screen. These make it much easier to discover classic applications and older versions of apps that are still compatible with legacy devices. Now, I can't go into too much detail about how any of this works here on YouTube, but if you're interested in learning more or simply want to chat with other people who enjoy bringing old Apple devices back to life, you're more than welcome to come and join the Discord community in the description below. We've built a fantastic group of people who enjoy legacy iOS, jailbreaking, and keeping older technology alive. And it's a great place to ask questions and share ideas. Now, let's talk about internet browsing. This is probably the weakest part of the original iPad. By installing updated certificates along with TLS and SSL fixes, browsing is definitely much better than it is on a completely stock device. Many websites that previously refused to load will suddenly start working again. But I also want to be completely honest. Would I recommend buying an original iPad purely for browsing today's internet? Probably not. Modern websites have become incredibly demanding. So while these fixes make a huge improvement for browsing, there is still a notice of its age in the hardware, and most modern websites still will not load. Where this iPad really shines is everything else. Watching YouTube, playing classic games, reading PDFs, taking notes, watching locally stored videos, using simple productivity apps. Those are exactly the sort of jobs this little tablet still handles surprisingly well. And because it has a beautifully large display, premium aluminium design, is still a genuinely enjoyable device to pick up. One of the things that impressed me the most was getting maps working again. Using community developed fixes, I managed to restore Apple Maps and Google Maps so they actually load properly once again. Destination searching works, navigation works, and even satellite view works again. I also managed to restore Google Maps and Google Earth using community fixes. When you stop and remember that this tablet first launched back in 2010, it's honestly incredible what developers have managed to achieve. Something else that constantly surprises me is just how premium this iPad feels. The aluminium back, the glass display, the solid construction. Yes, it's thicker than modern iPads. Yes, it's heavier, but it never feels cheap. It still feels like a quality Apple product. And when you remember what mine cost, just £11, it's difficult not to be impressed. When people ask me if they should buy an original iPad today, my answer is always the same. If you're expecting to replace your modern iPad, no. If you want a device for browsing the web all day, no. But if you're looking for a fun project, a way into jailbreaking, a tablet for classic games, watching YouTube, taking notes, learning about Apple history, or simply experiencing one of the most important products Apple ever made, then I honestly don't think that there's much better value for money. For around $15, you're getting a beautifully built Apple tablet with a little bit of effort can still do far more than most people realise. Apple officially ended support for the original iPad many years ago. As far as Apple is concerned, its story ended there. But thanks to the incredible jailbreak community, I don't think that's true anymore. They've restored the App Store, brought back YouTube back to life, improved internet compatibility, fixed Apple Maps, restored Google Maps and Google Earth, kept classic games alive, and generally proved that this little tablet still has plenty left to offer. For just £11 or around $15, I genuinely think it's one of the best bargains in technology. Not because it's the fastest and not because it's the newest, but because it proves that old technology doesn't have to become electronic waste just because official support has ended. If you've still got an original iPad sitting in a drawer somewhere, I genuinely encourage you to dust it off and give it another chance. And if you're thinking about buying one, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how much they're selling for where you live. If you'd like to learn exactly how I jailbreak mine, restore YouTube, fix the App Store, improve website compatibility, brought maps back to life, and all these good features working again, I've got an entire playlist dedicated to unsupported iPads and legacy iOS that I'd highly recommend watching next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more legacy Apple content, check out the channel merchandise if you'd like to support the channel, and if you'd like to become a part of the community and help support future videos, consider hitting that join button below to become a channel member. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next one.